So hello my friends, I hope you're all well. About 5 days ago I decided, seeing as I was having such difficulty with the heat and the strong light during the day, to be able to film or photograph any wildlife on the lake or even in the surrounds, I would try and find a spot for the DSLR Camera Trap. And my thinking was that I would try and find a place for it, find a nice location for it along one of the small rivers that feeds the lake, thinking that that's probably where a lot of animals are coming down to have a drink at night, because a lot of the mountain streams and springs have dried up now. We had a dry winter, a fairly dry spring as well, not a lot of rainfall. There was not much snow over the winter, and so the mountain springs and streams have dried up. So logically the animals are coming down to the to one of those rivers to have a drink at night. I spent half a day wading through the stream, trying to find a location with absolutely no luck. I did a lot of talking to camera, took a lot of footage of me walking backwards, forwards as we do, and unfortunately that card in this camera was corrupted, or something happened to it, and I lost all of that footage. But it was a failed attempt anyway, and I went back the next day to try and find a location further upstream. But I didn't do so much recording of the whole event. I just did basically a little bit, and then the camera setup. I also was given a little trail camera, a solar-powered trail camera, to review, which I set up here at a different location to try and see if I could get some footage of jackals. And this is an area where there are a lot of jackals. So basically that's the introduction to where the next bit of video that you're going to see picks up at, which is day 2 of me trying to find a spot for the trail cam, for the jackals, and also for the DSLR. And I start off by giving a little introduction to the trail cam and a few more details about it. So that's where we're at. And I shall let day 2 roll right now. Okay, so this is the little trail camera that I've been asked to review. It is the XTU SV-TCQSW solar trail camera. It is Wi-Fi enabled, which means that by scanning the QR code in the manual, somewhere in here, there we go, you can download the app to your phone and control all the camera settings and review footage and photos via the app on your phone. It is a 2.7K video, 32 megapixel camera. As usual, weather sealed. It's actually really tiny. You can see the scale of it in my hands. Little solar panel on the top which charges the internal battery. If I just open it up, you'll see there's slots for 4 AA's. It only takes the regular AA's, not the rechargeables, so don't expect to be able to put rechargeables in here and have them be recharged by the solar. The solar only recharges the internal battery. Little screen on the back, which as usual is quite small and difficult to view your footage and photos, which is why having the app is so useful to view everything on that. 3 buttons on the left, 3 buttons on the right for navigating through the menu. But like I said, if you download the app you can do everything through there, so you don't have to fiddle around with this, even though it is quite intuitive to use on here as well. On the bottom there is the SD card. It does come with an SD card in the box. There is the USB port for charging the internal battery, the on-off switch, and a DC port also for recharging. If I power it up now, and we'll connect the app so we can have a look at it. Whilst I'm doing this, I'll do a screen record of the phone as well, so that it's easier to see what I'm doing on the screen. So the app is called TrailCam. We just tap it to open, and there is the camera, the first camera, which I can just click on. At the bottom of the first screen, you'll see it says the 4 items down here is camera, gallery, status, and settings. So if we go first to the camera to connect it, tap to connect camera. So now it's waking up the camera and connecting via the little Wi-Fi signal. Join. Takes a few seconds for it to actually connect. Okay, now it's connected. So if I lift that up, you can see live view of my garden, which is where I'm sat doing this video. If we then go to settings, in here we have all the information that we can we need and we can change on the TrailCam. So there's information, date, time, memory card. It gives you the status of that. Working mode. It has either motion detection, timed capture, time-lapse photography. If we go back, you can choose between photo and video or both. Work time, you can set the parameters of when you want the camera to be operational. You can set the detection sensitivity through here. I have it set on medium as usual. You can also set the detection interval. Audio and display is basically if you want the watermark and the Wi-Fi LED to be operational. You can set different languages. You have security, so you can set a password, and then you can reset all the settings, the factory default settings on there. Memory card, if we click on, it gives you the capacity, how much is left, and if you want to do loop recording, and then you can format it. Date and time, you can set the format of the date and the time. And device information, it gives you all the details of the device, temperature, battery level, etc. In the gallery, which there shouldn't be anything on there at the moment, you can actually view and download all the photos and images direct to your phone, which means that you don't have to switch cards out. You can just visit the camera, you don't even have to open it up. Connect to the camera, download your photos and videos, reformat it, and then just offload them from your phone to your laptop, which is super convenient. And that's about it, really. Super useful little camera in terms of the being able to use it with the phone. We'll visit the location that I've put this up at with the jackals and review the footage of those jackals. I've come over to the area that I was told there were lots of jackals, and I just spotted one in the field behind me here, right in the corner there, and he's just run off. So I'm going to see if there's a track there that I can... He ran off into the undergrowth, and if there's a trail, then maybe it's a good spot to put the camera. I can just hear him. He's crashing through the undergrowth there. Unfortunately, I can't find a decent spot to place the camera. There's no mounting points anywhere. Let me try back down here again. Okay, I think I found a spot. It's going to be as good as any at this point. There's a clearly delineated track that goes off across the entrance to the gully, and goes off into this woodland here behind me. So I'm assuming somewhere in there is where they're denning, and they use this to come out into the fields to hunt and to scavenge. Okay, so I'm going to set up on this tree overlooking the path this way. Okay, so that's all set up on the tree overlooking the track here. I think it's actually quite a decent spot because there's still enough light to get through to hit the little solar panel to keep it charged up. And I'll be back in a few days just to check on it and see what, if anything, it has recorded. I'm absolutely dripping. It is so hot. It's 38 degrees again today. I don't know if you can make out the track that goes along here up into the woods. That's the track I'm overlooking anyway. So now on to the river to see if I can find a location spot for the DSLR. Okay, so I'm back in the river. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful down here. About a kilometre up from where I was yesterday, I found an access point along the embankment here, and I'm just going to wander along here and see if I can find any tracks leading down to the water. Okay, I'm facing various options which I'm finding difficult to choose between. So there's a fallen tree behind me across the stream. It doesn't go all the way across on this side, but off the end of it on that side there is a track, which means that potentially there is some animal using it as a crossing point. Also on the embankment that I'm stood on now, there are what I believe to be deer tracks, which means there are deer coming down from the mountain, and there's a track here behind me on the embankment which leads up through and beyond into the brush there. What I decided in the end was, because there is on the embankment a ramp here that animals have come down, and there's a few prints in there, and then they've crossed this little bit of water, and I don't know if you can make it out, but there's some prints here, deer prints, coming across onto this little spit of land, this little beach. So I have framed up the DSLR looking downstream like this, in between the trees. So the DSLR is here with that view, that composition. I have a flash mounted on the tripod here as a head-on. There's a flash in the crook of the tree just there as a side light. The sensor is on this limb here, and will hopefully trigger when the animal comes down the embankment and across onto the spit of land here. I have one of the trail cams is on that limb over there overlooking this log to see if anything is using it to cross, and I have the other trail cam behind me over here overlooking the DSLR, so that'll be this view here to see what animals. It's quite a wide view to see if any animals are using it. So that's the setup, and I'll be back in a few days' time. I just have to turn everything on, make sure it's triggering, and I'll be back in a few days' time. Hopefully we'll have something on the camera. So I shall see you all then. Okay, so as I explained, the little trail camera that I was asked to review is a Wi-Fi enabled, solar powered camera, and I'm just walking up to it now to see if there's any footage of it. And what I'll do is I'll check it on via the app on my phone, and I'll do a screen record of my phone so that you can have a look and see how that app works. So bear with me a moment and I'll get the phone out and do that. Okay, so I'm at the camera here. I'll start the screen record. Go. Okay, that's recording. The app is called TrailCam Go, which I'll click on, and then I click on this camera, which is the XTU. At the bottom of the screen you'll see it says on the bottom left camera. So connect to the camera. So Wi-Fi connecting. Okay, so that's the live view from the camera. And if we go bottom left, it says gallery, just there. And we do have a whole bunch of images here, so we can click on any one. Let's click on this one here, nighttime view. Oh, and there's a jackal coming through. Let's try a different one. That loads up. You can see the jackal moving through the tree line in the back there. Let's try another. There he is, coming through again. So it looks like the jackal's not bothered by the camera. So I'm guessing it is a low glow or no glow camera. I wasn't sure because I couldn't find that anywhere in the manual. So this is a track which is basically just a crossing point, but at least we're able to record a little bit of footage. Let's try one of the daytime ones. Fantastic. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic little camera. It'll be interesting to see it on the big screen, but it looks like the quality is really nice as well. It's a 2.7K video footage. So I'm hoping that the quality is really nice, and I think judging from what I'm looking at on the phone, it looks really good. Okay, sorry for this interjection into the video. It'll be very brief. I just want to mention two things. Firstly, I'm rather excited about the fact that I didn't see it on the day when I went to collect the camera, but it picked up 3 wolves, which is amazing, and it gives me some idea about what I might do in the future for setting up more cameras there, even the DSLR, and even maybe staking it out myself in the hide with the big camera. And the second thing is I just wanted to confirm that the picture quality on the laptop of the videos looks great, both daytime and nighttime. Lots of detail, nice color. It looks really great. Okay, back to the video. So I think I'm quite happy to recommend this little camera. It's £70 on Amazon in the UK. So whatever that is in dollars and euros. So I'll put links to it in the description below. It will be an affiliated link, so I will make a couple of pennies off that, but it won't change the price for you if you're interested in acquiring a solar-powered camera at a very reasonable price. So thoroughly recommend it. Okay, on to the stream to recover the DSLR Camera Trap now. Coming up to the location of the camera, everything looks to be intact. Thankfully. So let's see if anything's on it. Okay, so nothing on the camera, unfortunately. Okay, change of mind. The one trail camera that was behind, overlooking the DSLR, had nothing on it. The other trail cam, which I had put looking down this log, recorded some activity, and I think it got a jackal and a fox that came down to have a drink right next to the log, and they used the log to cross the stream. So despite the storm tomorrow, I'm actually very tempted to put the camera, relocate the camera just here next to this fallen tree. Now, the thing is whether to put it on the tree to catch the animal coming across it, or to put it down by the water where the jackal was having a drink. Okay, dilemmas. Okay, let me gather up all the kit, bring it over there, and then I'll see what the various compositions are like, and make a decision then. Reconfigured the setup, and what I've done is I've set the camera up here on the right next to the tree, the fallen tree. And it looks both up the log, you can see because I've put it on wide angle, and it can see this little bit of beach here where the jackal came down to have a drink. And so the head-on flash is on the tripod leg, the trigger is on the log right next to the camera lens, with a fairly wide angle of capture, angle of trigger, because I don't know where the animal will come from. I have set up this branch leaning down here with an upright, which I've tied together to be a little bit stronger and to resist anything pushing against it, whether it's wind or an animal, with the second flash as a side light and backlight. On top I've put one of the trail cams overviewing both the log here and the beach where the jackal was having a drink, and then opposite on the tree just here is another trail cam looking back over the whole scene here. So that's the setup. We shall see if we get lucky again with the fox and the jackal or anything else that might come along. So once again I'll leave it a few days and come back and see if there's anything on it. Fingers crossed this time we might get a shot. Okay, I shall catch up with you in a few days.